Hey YouTube, my name's Ashik Deva and today I'm going to be talking about pound per hour value. This is part of a series on money management and how to better manage your personal finances. So let's get straight into it. So what is pound per hour value? Well, pound per hour value is a way of measuring your spend against your consumption on a product or a service that you purchase. So for example, this could be going to the movies to watch a film, or buying a video game, or even hiring a photographer for a wedding or a birthday party. Now, this video doesn't cover investments where you could potentially make money back on something you purchase. That's for another video. So let's jump straight into an example. And everything I'm talking about today is the cost to me to spend my time. So I'm going to buy a video games console for the evenings when I'm a bit bored and I want to kill some time. So I've decided to get one and it's going to cost me £300. I can now work out the cost per hour value by estimating how long I'm going to use that console over its lifetime. So I play around 5 hours a week and I expect the console to last around 7 years. And so I can determine the total lifespan, or the total hours I'm going to play, by taking my 5 hours and then timesing that by 52 weeks in a year, and then timesing that by 7 to give me my total amount of hours usage. I can then take the total cost of the product and then divide that by my total hours to give me a cost per hour value. In this case, it's costing me 16.5 pence per hour to play on my video games console. Now let's consider buying a video game accessory, so a gun for a shooting game. Let's say it costs £50. Now, the games that you can play that gun with are very limited, and so the total playtime for that gun may be, say, 20 hours realistically. So I can take my £50 cost price and divide it by my 20 hours playtime to get £2.50 per hour. And you can see, compared to my 16.5 pence per hour for my base video games console, it's a lot more expensive. Now, I've made some simplifications there. I haven't considered buying video games for the games console or any subscription costs, and I haven't considered resale value of the accessories. And you take that base cost and you add money to it, or you reduce money on it to work out the cost of ownership over its entire lifespan. Now, cost per hour value isn't an exact science where you say that one option is 1 penny cheaper per hour than the other option, therefore I must choose it. Rather, it's a tool that you have in the back of your mind when looking at multiple options to help you sort of spot the obvious value for money and obviously not value for money. Now consider another option. Let's say we're going to go out with our friends and it's going to cost us £30 for the meal out, and we're going to go out for 3 hours. Your cost per hour is £10. Therefore, compared to playing games and staying at home, it's much more expensive. And so if you wanted to make a quick judgment on what was better value for money, you could quite easily see how cost per hour value tells you that staying in and playing video games is the cheaper thing to do. Another thing to consider is cost per unit when receiving a service. So let's take an example of photography at my wedding that I'm going to have. Now, I've got a couple of smaller events and then I've got a big event at the end, the main wedding. And the output of that photographer is a 60 photo album that I'm going to pay for. Now, that smaller event may only take 4 photos within that album, but the photographer's charging me £200 for that small event because they've got to consider their travel costs and equipment costs and the fact that it's booking them out for a half a day, even if it only may be a couple of hours. So if it cost me £200 for that small event and it's going to get me 4 photos in my album, it's costing me £50 per photo, which is really expensive when you compare it to the wedding costs or the wedding photography and the amount of photos I'm going to get from that in my album. And so it's all about a compromise. You've got to make a decision about what is valuable to you and what is worth it and what isn't valuable to you. In this case, I've said to the photographer that I only want them for the wedding. And for those smaller events, I'm going to get friends and families to take photos on their phones, and I'll look back on my phone rather than the album. But that's a compromise or a decision that you've got to make yourself. For us, that was okay. For others, that might not be okay. And this is where these decisions all come down to personal choice. By having this tool in the back of your mind, you can quite quickly make better financial decisions when it comes to purchases. Try it for yourself next time you go shopping. Compare 2 different items, maybe one that's branded and one that's unbranded, and see how much money you can save. Or compare two different quality tech items, one which you think you're going to use loads, but realistically, are you actually? Do the maths in your head, work it out, and you'll start saving loads of money. I hope this has helped you on your journey to better money management. My name's been Ashik Deva. Please subscribe so you can see more of my videos, and thank you for watching.